great friend, and he loves to swim, and he has good judgment. Your friend, the fifth grader, Abby.
Dear Miss Lee, I feel that I can relate to this book by telling all my friends and family about this book. I'm in 6th grade and I have 3 dogs, 2 cats, and 3 chicks. I feel like that I can have a lot of friends too. Your friend, Alec.
Dear student, in my opinion, you should read this book. You think that dwarfism is a disease and bad, but it really isn't. It is just a condition. In fact, dwarfism might be able to teach you that being different isn't bad. Everyone is different, and no one is... And if no one was different, the world would just be boring, very, very boring. For example, if there's only one color and one movie, don't you think it would be very boring? Dwarfs are still people. They are just short. In conclusion, I think you should read this book. Dear student, I believe that you can be friends with Georgie because he isn't that different from you. He likes acting and listening to music, but even though he is like you, it's not bad to be different. If everyone was the same, that would be boring. Most importantly, he is still human, but just smaller. Being a dwarf isn't bad, just different. To sum it up, you should read this book because it is really good. Your friend, Sarah.
Dear student, I feel that no one should not be friends with Georgie because he has dwarfism. First, Georgie is just a normal person that is smaller than usual. Most importantly, different doesn't mean that you can't hang out with somebody. Lastly, you should hang out with Georgie because more people pick on him. As you can see, I think you should read this book. Your friend Tanner. I don't remember any of my lines. I don't know my lines.
It's okay, Russ. I'll help you practice. We still have time.
Okay, hello, my name is George Washington. I was born in 1939, turning 2.
You knew it. Allison Hausman raised the curtain and Russ went on stage with a go.
I feel kind of sick. Like I might bark.
Like stage fright one question? You can't have stage fright. You're all done. Russ was about to speak, but right then his face turned uglier than ever, and he stopped toward the bathroom.
Georgie took a deep breath and slowly announced that life would be over.
He glanced at Allison to see if she was looking at him. She wasn't. She was talking to Cody Grummo, one of the other seventh graders who were working backstage.
He's not a midget. Don't call him that. He's a dwarf.
Well, Allison continued to look right over Georgie's head, pretending she didn't hear anything. Cody bent down low, so his head was even with Georgie's. You're a dwarf, then where's Snow White?
That's when she kicked him hard in the chin. Cody dropped like a bag of cement and shouted so loudly that onstage present stuttered and forgot half of his lines. Hold out your arms.
Georgie did as he was told. By the time James Butchin's speech began, Georgie's costume was in place.
Go on, it's your turn. I can't do it. I'm not used to being tall. It's weird. I don't want to be amazing. I never did. Oh, yeah? So why did I go to all the trouble anyway? Why did you want to be so bad?
I want to be George Washington.
By the time Georgie clocked his way to the podium, he was setting up a storm, but no one was laughing at him. At least not yet. Hello, my name is Abraham Lincoln. I was the 16th president of the United States. I was born in a log cabin in Kentucky.
Still know that things were going pretty well. Maybe this afternoon stuff wasn't so bad after all. Then creepy calling you Georgie began
maybe they weren't laughing, but Georgie thought as he looked out to audience that they were all pretty bored.
How could they be bored by Lincoln? Georgie wondered if he could wake them up a bit. He raised a ruler and scratched his black yarn beard.
Don't worry, in 1861, I became President of the United States of America. But then the Civil War broke out.
Georgie could tell the audience was actually paying attention to him. They cared what he had to say, and Georgie loved it.
After the play, Georgie changed back into his regular clothes, but somehow he felt taller than normal, as though a little bit of coffee were still stuck to the bottom of his shoe.
Ross was standing by the door with his family. He seemed to be back to his normal color.
Feeling all right? Don't worry, I did it hard. You know, I didn't even realize that was you right up there up front. You were the only person who looked like a president at all.
Thanks.
Way to go, G!
You were amazing. I had no idea you were such a performer.
Alison Houseman might have been the prettiest girl Georgie knew, but Jeannie was way better.
Hey, Georgie, good job up there.
And even though her face was covered in cupcake frosting and her ponytail was still just to the left of center, Georgie couldn't help but smile back.
Thanks. Oh, and I decided something.
What's that?
I'm signing you and me up for 5th grade drama. We're gonna be stars.
Stars, you guys! Good
Stars.